Hey everybody, this is Ryan from Raiders Custom Flies bringing you another tying video. This is my Rainbow Warrior in size 16. It has a 2.4 millimeter silver bead that I get from Wholesale Fly Company along with their Model 16 scud hook. Like I said, this is a size 16. If you want to see the counterpart, I usually have one. If it's not this, that is the Disco Midge. I use this in rainbow heavy water. If it's brown heavy water, I like to use the Disco Midge. I pretty much put them back and forth. But I'm going to get a hook on the vise and get tying. So like I said, this is a size 16 hook and a 2.4 millimeter tungsten bead as I drop it here. This is sometimes the hardest part of the whole fly. Get that threaded on. Now, when I start this, I put my hook at a downward angle like that. I think it helps with tying on my pheasant tail. So I'm going to start the thread, bring it back about halfway, cut the tag end, and then I'm going to come back to about halfway around this bend. I'm going to grab my natural pheasant tail here, grab about 4 to 5 feathers, usually around 4-ish, or I'm just gonna give that 3 light wraps, pull it to the top, and then I'm gonna get the length here. So I like these tails pretty short, so about right there is where I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna hold to the back, give it some good wraps, and I'm just gonna give us a little tension on the way up. This helps with keeping the body uniform and even. Just give it a pull. Of course, it doesn't want to work again. That's okay, we'll get that later. So I'm going to come back and just give that a little bit. And I'm going to turn my hook again so it's oriented the usual way. I'm going to grab my tinsel here. This is Vivus tinsel in large. I'm going to tie it in. I like to tie it in on top of the hook, and then I just kind of hold it to the side as I bring it down the back. I'm going to come down to where the feathers are, and then on the way back up, I'm just going to take a lot of care to make sure I have that nice red underbody. Nice and even, smooth. If there's any divots, this won't sit right. So you got to make sure you have it nice and kind of even on the way up. Come up to right here. Now I'm going to fold it to the side, bring it under and pull and out, and then bring it around. Once I get that first wrap in there, I'm just going to do touching wraps. And then come up and tie that off. Now, a lot of people use this for wing cases. I don't put a wing case on my Rainbow Warriors. I've tied them with, I've tied them without. I like the without. I seem to get more strikes and have more confidence in the one without. So I'm just going to get a little bit right there. I'm going to grab this is the Wapsi Sow Scud dubbing in rainbow. I don't have the tag on the top, but I do have the tag on the back here. Let's see. So just take a little bit, do about 1.5 to 2 inch noodle. I like a little bit more dubbing because it gets pulled out, looks really buggy. So I'm gonna dub that in. I like to cross it around the back here, make some tight dubbing, pull that all back, and just get some wraps right there. Then I'm gonna whip finish. Tighten that one. And I'm gonna do 2 whip finishes on this just to make sure I have a nice red collar. I'm gonna snip that off. I'm gonna tidy this up just a tad bit. Just some of that excess. And that's it. That's my Rainbow Warrior. This is a great fly to use all year round. I use it pretty much exclusively in the water OPAs, especially when there's stocked rainbows. There's wild browns, like I said, I usually just have a disco midge on, but this does work for browns too. It's just not my favorite for it. But thanks for watching.